Yo, what is happening, my guys? Hope you lot are good. So just do a walkthrough of this track here, "Will Be Me." That's came out it come out on Pacate Records literally last Friday. So it came out on 25th of October, 2024. This is the second track in the EP on the B side. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. So let's get stuck in. So anyway, I'm just going to play it very quickly, just so you guys familiarize yourself with it, and then I can just break it down, and yeah, we'll take it from there. So this is the track. It's the breakdown, by the way. And the thing is with this track, the way I done it, right? So it's slightly different to the arrangement that I normally do. What I did is when I produced it, I made the first initial 32 bar loop, right? And then I dragged it all the way to the beginning here, number one, and I just went along and then whatever, like I made an intro out of that 32 bar. I copied the 32 bar, and then I just thought whatever comes next, I just work on whatever comes next. So it progresses. That's why every time there's a new build, there's something new that comes in. And every time there's a new drop, because there's three different drops, three builds, three drops, a new element that comes in. So it just progresses as it goes along. So later on here is actually more stuff going on. So all right, let's just break this drop down very quickly. So obviously it started with the kick. The kick, there's nothing and different to it. I didn't even EQ it. Again, that comes down to sound selection. When you select the sound that is as close as possible to what you got in mind, then you don't even need to EQ it or anything like that. But I'll put this EQ here. As you can see, there's a red dot. There's an automation going on. Where are we? So this is the group. This is the kick. That's why. There we go. So it's just for the kicks that lead towards the drop. That's the only thing that I've got this for. See this bit here. Yeah, so this is the only reason why I had that EQ there. But apart from that, nothing. This is Kirik's, what is it called? Kirik sample pack. I think it's by Sample Market. Let's have a look. Kirik kicks, but where is that from? Here, June. Yeah, Sample Market, artist series, Kirik. Fucking love this guy as well. He's a sick producer. Anyway, so that's the kick. Yeah, done it at where is it? Yeah, 129 BPM. Bass line. Normally, obviously, I add that after. In fact, let's just do the perks first, and then we'll go to the bass line. So first thing I would add on top would be the hats. So it's a breakbeat hat, EQ'd it roughly around about there. Nothing special about it. But again, it's down to sound selection. another, yeah, this is actually a pack called Shitloads of Hats. EQ'd it again. With this one, I didn't do a steep EQ. I done like a more gradual gradient, so you know, smoother EQ. But this is more of a hat groove rather than, you know, as part of the normal continuous hat. But you know, normally I would probably, like, you know, take that away from the center. Then I got another hat from there. There we go. So just for variation. So every 2 bars, bang in the middle of the 2 bars cycle. There we go. This is a layer of hat that goes with that. It's just a nice layer. It gives it more of a snap, more of a punch. And that's the main open hat. Well, this is one of the main open hats, but then I've got different hats coming in because it's different sections of the hat, because I've progressed it every time, like, you know, a new hat comes in and then it comes out again, and so on and so forth. So because this is the last drop, everything is in at once. But as you see here, the first drop, which starts here, so first of all you've got that hat, that's for variation, right? And then the second 8 bar, you've got this coming in, and then the last 16 of the 32, you've got this coming in as well. So it progresses, different hats come in at the same, you know, as we go along. And of course the shaker on the second half of every drop. All these, there's no crazy what do you call it, manipulation with it. It's just EQs. It's all down to sound selection, as I said. Let's keep the tambourine out for now, and shaker. I've got a continuous 16th note, 16th beat hat. Now I haven't EQ'd this. This should have been EQ'd, but I mean, I felt like it didn't need it. But yeah, I mean, you just, don't get like an EQ. Nothing special. Something like that. And also you would normally have it side chained, but what I did was manual side chaining. So the first hit is, you know, the velocity is down. Same with this one, same with this one, same with these are where the kicks are. The velocities are down, so that gives it a manual side chain. What is this? This is a crash. Just, yeah, normal crash. Again, it needs EQing, but there we go. Cool. This bit of hats here, this will just go with the, like, same, we've got the crash and the hats, they go with the kick roll just before the drop. So just to show you what I mean. And that goes with the kick. I mean, that should have been EQ'd as well, but that is a... There we go. That's actually... What is this playing? It's a snare. That's it. I know it says kicks here, but it's a snare. Don't worry about that, because I copied this from up there, because it's the same notes. Whatever's going on here, I just copied it down, so that just to give it. Boom. There we go. right? Got a breakbeat snare here, but I've layered it in the same channel. You can see both are playing here, so that's one of them, and that's the other one, and they're playing together. The trick is that normally I would separate the two just so that I could control each one of them separately in different channels, but you can actually do that if you go to your session view, and because it's a drum rack and you've got different instruments in the drum rack, you could just open this arrow here and then you could control each single one of them. There we go. So you could control that separately, EQ it, even pan it, and then do the other one separately too, EQ it separately, bring the volume down. You could tell, like, I haven't really done, I didn't need to, but if I thought one of them needed to come down slightly, I could just bring the volume down, like, you know. There we go, and you could control it. Go back to arrangement view and let's crack on. So I've got a little breakbeat kind of tops. So this is what we've got so far. It's more like a shaker kind of thing, just to fill it up. And again, I don't know why it's not EQ'd, but you know what? It doesn't really need it, because sometimes, yeah, cleaning it up, like that's got too much there. I would clean it up. Yeah. I must have mixed it down and I didn't save it, so I don't know. But yeah, that's all I would do really. Another thing that I normally would do is add on all the hats and tops like that. I would add saturation, but I didn't. What I did is I just combined. I added the saturation on the percussion group in general, so all of it will get saturated. There are different, you know, reasons why you would do that or not, but it felt right for this one. So anyway, that's where we're at. So this would be EQ'd and sidechained, to be fair. So I'll put a kickstart here, and when you sidechain loops like this, you don't want the mix to be 100%. There we go. Too much. Somewhere like that. Right? What is this now? We've got, okay, some perk tools. Just giving it a groove. It's like a, I don't know, like a tom, but it's not really a tom, if you know what I mean. It's like a kick or something, but so how I do it is I always produce, I mean, I'm sure if you've seen other videos of me producing, what I do is I like to have it cycled in a loop, and then I play what I want to play in different sounds on the keyboard as it's going. And if I like it, I'll just press record and it records, because then it's like I'm grooving, I'm jamming with the groove, and whatever comes out, it just comes out as, you know, it fits the groove, because, you know, so yeah, that's what I did. This now, so I wanted to initially give it that glitchy, you know, saturated feel, that fuzzy kind of, you know. So I've got these here. This is a Weissman modular perks pack, right? Those kind of sounds. So what I did, obviously, I've got this saved already, so I loaded that up. I loaded Sting just to sequence randomly, and then I've also loaded the vocal file, but beat repeat, just to give it some random, you know, glitchiness, repeatedness, you know, some stuttering, grain delay to give it that, you know, fuzz. That's why I'm only using the spray and the pitch so that it kicks in every now and then, and just an EQ. And it just repeats, really. There's nothing. But then what gives it the variation is those things, because they're random. So it just randomly beat repeats and sprays and pitches and grain delays it and shit like that. Very random. Anyway, another. What is this? Now I think I messed with this actually, but let's have a look. Just another, just to fill up the groove, It's not adding anything in the gaps, but it's just, it's layering everything. So it's not a complex loop, so to speak. This one, again, just to fill up that frequency in the top. See, now this one is EQ'd and kickstarted and sidechained. I don't know why I didn't do it with that one, but anyway. But let's listen to this one. So what I did is every 4 bars, I added that note. Because initially the sequencer Sting would just do the same bar over and over again. I copied it 4 times and I just added 1 note, which is this one. Right, so that's 4 bars, which repeats, and then just at the end, the last bar does that, just for a bit of variation. Anyway, right, so move on. This right, I'm gonna get to the vocal parts here to show you what I did, because what I did with this is a little bit of a matting here. The loop wasn't actually this loop. I cut the bits that I wanted and then I consolidated it, so it was just a normal loop with a perk loop, but there's certain bits that I wanted, I cut them out and I consolidated it and I just looped it. So right now you'd have, what is this? Yeah, this is something that comes in on the second 16s and the breakdowns, just to add a little bit of texture. Here, look. You could hardly hear it, but let's hear it here. Yeah, you could hardly hear it, but it works with that. So it gives it that glitchy feel. So if I solo the perks and the kick. Again, that's like it's a cutout from a long texture audio. There we go, and I've got it in there. The end of every 2 bars. But as you can see, it comes in just on the second 16 of the drop, on both these drops and the breakdown. This, yeah, that's the snare. That layers with these snares as well. So I've got this and this. So just to give it that snap, and what you want, if you want to layer, you want one of them with long body, and then the other one to be like a snap, just to give it that snap in the beginning of the sound. Yeah. Right, so this is the perks, and how I process the perks as well, right, in the group. I put a glue compressor on there. I didn't even mess with the dials because I was going to put another solid bus compressor here. and I just brought the threshold down and brought the makeup up slightly to bring it to the same level. Because when you bring the threshold down, it brings the volume down, and then bring the makeup up, right, to bring it back to the same volume. And it just glues everything together. It just makes everything just work so nice together. And then this is the solid bus compression by Native Instruments. With that, I literally just go onto the solid bus, bus compressor. Where is it? No, it's the mix bus parallel. I think, yeah, like I said, I think I didn't save the mixed down version, and that's why it's not even got the thing. But I'll go to the mix bus parallel compression, or is it drum bus? No, drum bus. There we go. But what happens is when you put that on, you need to bring all the top ends a little bit lower, or what you do is just bring down the makeup here. Yeah, this. Right. I put another flex verb. It's slightly reverbed, the perks. So I switch it off. It's too snappy like that. It just brings certain frequencies down, and it reverbs it ever so slightly. See, like the dry wet, I've got it, you know, only 12.7% wet. Just to give it a bit of texture and some niceness, and that's what's giving it that, you know. And also right at the end, this is isotope trash. This is for some saturation. There we go. It's a bit thin without it. Beefier. That's all the processing I've got on the drums. So I've got this now. Bassline is quite simple, to be honest with you. I mean, I tried to use the sequencer, but I didn't even use it in the end. So I played the bass groove myself. I made this as the sound, the preset. I mean, if you wanted to get the same preset, pause this now and make the dials exactly the same. Just go to this preset here, bass open side 2. It's at bass presets number 5, and then just play with the dials to make it exactly like this, and then you get that sound. And all I needed to do was add a bit of R bass just to beef up that, you know, 70 hertz bit here by about that much, and just the side chain. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to switch this off. And for variation, what I did was that dropping downwards just at the end of the 4 bars. There we go. And it just repeats. I used the same sound, right? But I've EQ'd it. And I took it out the low end group. Just a sound in certain gaps, just to give the bass line a bit of a jump and a groove, and this is it. Yeah. So it will be like, obviously you can't see the processing here, but I've bounced it back. I've frozen flattened it, or I can't remember, or maybe I just resampled it. But it was EQ'd, obviously. There's no bass in this, there's no low end in this, and it just works with the bass line. same sound. Anyway, right, so let's go to here. See, this is what I was telling you about, this vocals bit here. So how I would have done that is here, right? Is it this one? I think it's this one actually.
Talking about no roots.
Yeah.
Talking about no roots in the land.
It's her. But I just don't know exactly which section is it. But the way I do it is I just create a MIDI channel. Just grab that. Put that in. Oh, for fuck's sake, man. Copy. Go to the MIDI channel, go at the bottom, paste. There we go. Now that is what I got, and then I just slice it up. Yeah, so and I put a sequencer on, and then it just grabs a sequence, and I just resample it to audio so that it doesn't change. So for example, let's go put a thingy. Something like this. Something like this, and I also added the beat repeat and the grain delay, just to give it a bit of different kind of movement. And I came up with this. Obviously, you keep playing with the sequence until you get it right. Where are we? Here. There, that's it. That's that vocal. What is this? Okay, this is just a riser, you know, for the drops. Texture, this texture here is one of my favorites, my go-tos. It's literally, look, if you can hear it, just to add that layer of fuzziness, like the add layer of like analog that goes along with the beat. Obviously I've EQ'd it a bit, and the volume is proper low. As you can see where it's peaking here, it's so low. But it helps with the you know? Yep, that's that texture. This bit here. Okay, so this bit is something that I played, right? Yeah. So I played this, I think I used keyscapes, I'll show you at the top in a second. I played it, right? And I done the same thing with, you know, the vocal bit where I put like, you know, beat repeat and the grain delay, just, you know, to give it a bit of difference. And that came out. Initially I wanted this to be going all the way through, but then I thought, nah, that's a bit too much. But I like that bit. Yeah. And then I thought, you know what, I could have this at the end of every, like, is it 4 or 8 bars, just to give it some variation. So now it's like, let's go to the drop. Let's go here. There we go, you hear it? Put it up in volume. There, so that every 8 bars, was it every 4 bars? No, yeah, every 8 bars that comes in, so that finishes that section, and then it starts again. And that's what I did. That's just the down sweep. Okay. As you can see here, this is like a normal vocal loop that I got from one of the sample packs that I've got, which is here. Is it? No. Yeah, I think it's somewhere here actually. No, that's just looping. All right, but it's from the same. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's a melodic loop. It's from the same pack, and it was just that there's a vocal in there. In fact, let me play it. Oh. There we go. And that's what and then I sliced it, and I just played it myself this time, and I just thought, whatever goes with it. And then at the end of the 4, I put this for variation. There we go. Fairly simple, and just EQ'd. There we go. Right, going up to these, the instrumental side of things, right? The musical elements. So first of all, I've got the high string that kind of comes in and out, and it gives it that that feel, that vibe. Here we go. So that's from the build. This is in the drop. All right, keyscapes. This is something that I played. Just little chord thing. I know I played it. I don't know. I mean, it wasn't a sequence or anything like that. But when I played it, I fucked with it. So it's from keyscapes. I put an auto filter with a random LFO frequency, and that moves that. That's what gives it the movement. So if I was to switch that off, it will be. There we go. Switch that on. There we go. EQ'd, surgical EQ in here, because that comes up a bit too much. Normal EQ. Oh, there's another surgical EQ bit here. Yeah, I needed to, because it comes up too much there again, so I had to compress it down, and I brought the volume up because it was a bit too low. That's it, and that comes in on the second half of the break. The what do you call it? The drop. It carries on into the build, and then drops without it, and it comes in again the second half of the drop. There's another keyscapes bit here. Okay. Same, I think that's the same preset. So I played this, but what I've done is I played the bottom part first, and then I played the top part recording on top of it by putting that plus. And yeah, obviously it was a bit too raw, so I processed it. Auto filter without the LFO, but I just left it there. So it's just basically an EQ with the resonance up, and then I got a tantra and an infiltrator, and infiltrated the tantra. Obviously compressed it because it was going crazy. It was going all haywire, all over the place. So I compressed it just to bring all the levels a bit, in proportion to each other. Preset is Pad Island. I left the delays on, normally I don't, and I left the reverb. Normally I switch all of those off, and with Infiltrator, yeah, that's the one. And that is just for the main breakdown, because the big breakdowns have got 2 small breaks and then 1 big breakdown. And I used this just for extra. As you can see here, there's automation on the panning, so it goes left and right. And that works with the down sweep. There we go. Just an atmospheric loop. And it kind of follows what I've played here. And I think I played this now just based off that, just, you know, just to give it that extra. And I've got another thing here that goes in the background. It's just atmosphere. And it goes up. Because what I did here, the volume goes up as you get closer to the drop. And a bit of Infiltrator as well. So if I switch that off, there we go. That's crazy. And I've automated the mix as well. Okay, let's see the automation on that. Infiltrator, mix. There we go. Just so that, yeah, on the drop, so that it don't carry on into the drop. And the utility, there we go. The volume is going up. Right, that's pretty much everything. Apart now, there's one thing, this bit of vocal, and then the other one is should be yeah, I called it Will Be Me, and it doesn't even say that, but it's just, you know, something different. Where I got this from is from, yeah, Simply Red, there we go, called Sunrise. In fact, I could show you here. This is it, and it's this bit here that I'm going to play it now. There we go, and that's where I got it from. Obviously done what I needed to do, you know, got it in beat, whatever, extracted the vocal, and that's all I wanted. Just could be me. I didn't want to use too much vocals. I wanted this tune to be more musical elements and things that I fucked with rather than something that's chucked on. And yeah, this is the final product. So let me play it from the last breakdown. I forgot, what is this? This is the second half of the breakdown, just before the drop. Yeah, sign background. Again, it's just a loop that I got from one of my sample packs. And because this is the last drop, I put an impact at the end, but something small. That's it. Anyway, let's play it from there. thing here, what I did just before the drop, at 1 bar, I played this. And this is how it is. And as you can see here, that could be me, this vocal, it comes in and mainly fully in from the big breakdown and the last drop, but I kind of preview it just before. I preview it once in the second breakdown, and then you don't hear it again until the drop and the second part of the drop. Because that's actually a nice little touch. The way that vocal comes in, it works so well with the thing. And then when you preview it, people are like, "Oh, that is nice," and they're waiting for it to come again, and then it takes ages. And then when it comes again, it just hits them again, like, "Ooh." Anyway, that's my thought behind it. And then I finally brought it in, and this is like what I mean by progressing. So yeah, this is the breakdown of Will Be Me. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it opened some ideas in your minds, and yeah, I'll do the next one for the C side of the this EP soon. Have a good one.